discuss in the book is healing, which I think is absolutely wonderful to look through that lens. You've gone through so much at such a young age that people can't even imagine. Essentially, your identity was formed for you almost against your will, and in a lot of ways, it was false. Going through betrayal, trauma, and prison. Can you tell us how you're overcoming a lot of that through this healing process?
Finding myself has been a journey. I felt like while I was in prison, I was trying on different identities, trying to find myself. But it wasn't until I actually got released and able to learn by experience, because that's how people learn. And that's how they learn about themselves. So by doing that and having those freedoms to go out and experience these things, I'm able to see how I react and discover more things about myself. So I'm not going to say that it's a I found myself. It's a journey.
Absolutely, I love that. In that, relating that to your abuser, to your mother. So often abusive individuals have a really complex relationship with feelings towards their abuser. Can you tell us more about that experience growing up? And of course, now with your mother no longer being here, what has that been like for you walking through that healing process?
At first, the relationship with my mother and I was a good relationship when I was younger. And she's all I grew up knowing. And so in a sense, she was my best friend. And then in my later teen years, that's whenever I started to rebel and want more independence and freedom. And so that's whenever our relationship became like love and hate. And so it became more volatile. And after her passing and her death, it became where I missed her, but also I had a relief that I was no longer under her control. So a lot of people feel a sense of connection to their abuser because they are under the belief they have been abused to the point that their belief system is that nobody else will love them. And so if you try to escape or if you leave that abusive situation, nobody else in the world will want them or love them. And unfortunately, that's the toxic pull to an abuser and a victim.
Right. And for so many, that's truly not the case. And of course, what you've been able to experience post prison and post walking through all this is you have an amazing community around you.
I do.
Going into that, I guess what would you say to someone that was in your shoes in your previous chapters of your life and your shoes now?
I think that nobody can know the mind of a victim unless you have been in a victim's shoes. So I would say to them, even though it's extremely scary to talk to somebody about the abuse, whether that be like a shame that's holding them back from it or a fear that their situation will get worse if the abuser finds out. But the most important thing you could do is lean on somebody, lean on a family member, lean on a friend, or even a stranger. Take that risk of a stranger thinking you're crazy, but at least you're saying, I need help. I need out of this situation. And, for me, I did not make that choice. And that is something I have to live with every single day of my life. So it is extremely important to use your voice, even if you're afraid to.
How can mothers, fathers, uncles, aunts, anyone that's in a child or a person's life that's walking through that, how can we be better advocates for the next child? And hopefully there is no next child in this situation.
I mean, if the child is able to, or if the person's able to verbalize, really have a conversation. It doesn't have to be a complex one. Something as simple as, I think mommy's not right, or I think something's wrong with mommy or daddy, or anything like this. That needs to be taken seriously. There are ways to communicate to a child that you don't have to scare them, but on their level, listen to them, hear what they have to say. And as an adult, you should be the one to take up and protect that child. So go to DFS, go to a social worker, go to the police if you feel that strongly. But that is your responsibility as the adult.
I want to continue to welcome folks into our live signing with Gypsy Rose Blanchard for her new book, My Time to Stand. You can get it now at standsignedbook.com. That's standsignedbook.com. And please use the code STAND15. I love that we landed on that moniker because it is your time to stand, and I believe that folks have to stand up. I'm sure so many people want to know, you serve your time, you're walking into your next chapter. What does the future hold for you?
Well, I feel like I lived a lot of life in these last 10 months since I've been released. And I am expecting a child, so I am going to be giving birth to my daughter in January. And so starting a family, just really getting on my feet. It's funny that it's titled that because it has so many meanings, because it also hits home not only when I was released from prison, but also now as well, that I'm starting to kind of find my footing in life. So I think prioritizing family right now is the most important thing that I'm doing right now.
That's right. And congratulations from all of us here at Premiere. We're so excited for you. That's such an amazing opportunity. And we're so happy for you. We're gonna move into our one of our fan favorite segments. It's our 10 questions in 60 seconds. So buckle up. For this one. You ready? Yeah. This is fun. All right. So first one, where were you born?
I was born in Raceland, Louisiana.
What is your favorite color?
Pink.
What is the one thing that you have in your fridge at all times?
Soda.
Soda. Awesome. Who was the most interesting person that you've met recently?
Oh goodness, I don't know.
No, good. What is your biggest pet peeve?
When someone comes over to your house and they're talking on their phone and they're not paying attention to you.
Yes. Okay. What is your favorite hobby?
Crocheting.
What is your guilty pleasure TV show?
90 Day Fiance.
What is your guilty pleasure junk food?
Chips.
Awesome. What is the last band that you listened to or streamed?
One Republic.
And where do you want to go that you've never been?
Ireland.
Awesome. You did great. You did so good. That's awesome. Again, folks, I want to express just how thankful we are that we had this time with Gypsy Rose. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, I apologize. Make sure you get the book at standsignedbook.com, and please use the promo code STAND15. Gypsy, we covered a lot of topics over this. There's so much more in this book. Again, we started reading it here, and it's so incredible what you've been able to walk through and how you're able to lead people that are in current situations. If there's one big takeaway, again, that you wanted people to leave with this book, what would that be?
This book is a message of hope. I have personally been through a lot, and I know that there will be times that people will want to give up. And so I just really want to bring this message that no matter what you have been through, whether it be sexual, emotional, physical abuse, it doesn't matter. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and there is a happiness, and it's just about getting there. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey to get there. So that's the point of this book.
Amazing. That's amazing. And you've been through an incredible journey, and we're all so excited about your next chapters in life. So hopefully there will be another one, because I know you've got so much to tell and bring people your story. So all right, Gypsy, again, thank you so much. Folks, thank you again for joining us. Make sure you get your book at standsignedbook.com and use the promo code STAND15. That's it for now with live signing. Take care.